good evening, and welcome to the Seed Giver Podcast. My name is Warren, and I am your host. Today is Wednesday, October the 23rd, and we are on Wednesday's Wisdom. As you can see from the title, we're going to talk to my veteran buddies today about how to go about getting 100% P and T permanent and total through the VA. Oh, my ears look kind of funny. I was trying to see if oh, that's weird. But anyway, how to get 100% P&T through the VA. We're going to jump right in. Won't be on here too long. I just want to go over a couple of points. Thinking about making a little series out of this, depending on interest that I get from you guys. So hopefully I do a good job. The main thing I can tell you is to document. Documentation is your friend. You might say, Warren, what do you mean by documentation? How many times do you go to the doctor about whatever that service connected issue is? Now, this is going to be just for mainly for those with service connected disabilities. The other ones are, it can be done, but it's a little bit more tricky. Got a lot of things out there, like with the PACT Act and whatnot, that are presumptive, which means that if you were in a particular country, worked around a particular type of chemical or whatever, they automatically assume that it is what it is, and bam. But that's only a certain percentage. I'm not sure what the exact percentage is. I'm pretty sure it's not 100, but we're going to talk about going from 0 to 100. Now, when I first got out of the military, I had a ACL tear, complete tear on my ACL, and a bucket tear on my meniscus, and I got 10%. Excuse me. And I had that for years. 20 years or more. Then I went from 10 to 20, from 20 to 40, and I used a company. Some of the veterans might have seen it come up and down their timeline. That they will take your case and provide you with a nexus letter, all this other documentation. They'll fill out everything for you, the DBQ. And they got me from 40 to 80. Now, that was a good deal. I wanted to progress in my journey of one day, hopefully seeing 100. And they got me to 80. Now, I don't like saying downside, because you have a choice to do or not to do it. On my previous attempts, I had a VSO, Veteran Service Officer, VFW, somebody like that, but they did the paperwork for me. I didn't get a lot of communication with them, and it was almost like you had to like run them down to get any information. So I didn't too much care for that, but it is what it is. You pay or you get, what you don't know how to do or you don't want to do. So, but anyway, with that company that I used, they charged, it was 5 times the amount of your increase. So I went from 40 to 80%, which meant that was an increase of a little over $1,000, maybe $1,100-$1,200, something like that. But anyway, I owed them, $5,000 or more for that. Now, with that, I didn't get a lot of back pay, excuse me, with that, because it went rather quick. So you can either pay it out of your back pay, or, they set up a thing over a 12-month period to, pay that money back. In the long run, it just depends. It's not that bad of a deal, considering, once you're done paying them back, whatever, you get that full amount for the rest of your life. So, if that's the road you want to go down, that's fine. At the time, it was, excuse me. At the time, it was worth it for me, because I just wanted it. And, but after I looked at all what they did and whatnot, I was like, you know what? I think I can, I can do this myself. I think I can muster this myself. So I noticed with them, they tell you that when you go for your CNP exam, because they will make you do a CNP exam, compensation and pension, I think it's the official term for it. You describe what's going on with you on your worst day. Not how you feeling right then, unless you're really, hurting or whatever, but on your worst day. For example, like yesterday, my right knee was just giving me all kinds of trouble. I mean, it was hurting crazy, crazy bad. But today it's okay. So if I had a exam today, or if I went to the doctor today and they say, "Hey, how's your knees doing today?" Your automatic response would be, "Oh, well, it's okay. It's doing pretty good." Wrong answer. It's always how you feel on your worst day. Because if you go in there today, like I said, if I went in there today and you know I'm doing okay, I'm managing, that's not going to look good for me in the long run, because that's all that examiner has to go on. That's all those only thing that VRO has to go on is like, well, he's not, it's not that bad, so he don't deserve X amount of percent. He only deserves the minimum. So you always describe whatever it is that you got going on based upon your worst day. Now, when I went from 80 to 100, I filed what they call a secondary. So my left knee was jacked up, but because of me favoring it, now my right knee is jacked up. So that's, it's called a secondary. If it could have been my back, it could have been my ankles, it could have been, whatever the case may be. That's how you start building, and that it gives you increases. And like I said before, you have to have a paper trail of sorts saying that, because my medical records, if they were still on paper, would be, like a family Bible, thick. But pardon me. That's what you do. You have to have that documentation. They have to see a trend there. Hey, over time, you may have to get x-rays, you might have to get MRIs. I mean, I had so many MRIs at one time, I figured I could do it myself. I knew enough about the machinery that I could probably run one of those things nowadays. So make sure you go, several times. And now, even if you have, that's with, I'm speaking right now with going to the VA doctor. Now, if you have your own private doctor, same thing. You may have to pay, depending on your insurance, you may have to do what they call a co-payment or whatever. But trust me, it'll be worth it in the long run for the long-term benefits that you'll get out of this. So, like I said before, you go your secondaries. For me, even before I went to the right knee, one of the main reasons I went from 40 to 80 is because the pain in my knee was so bad, and it stopped me from doing all the things. I used to be a very avid basketball player, racquetball, very active. Now I can't do those things. I don't want to, go out nowhere because I'm always in pain. Now I'm depressed. Now I got anxiety. Now I got all these other things going on, layered on top, layered on top. And we're gonna do I'm gonna do a series 2 on mental health, because that's something that's near and dear to me, and something that we don't always talk about as veterans, and not to put in the shade to women, but something that men don't talk about, a lot. And the only reason I say men in this forum here is because I'm not a woman, so I don't know exactly how it affects. I know some things are the same, but you guys know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be politically correct here. But anyway, back on topic. You start layering those things, and you when you like I said, when you go to your CNP exam, wherever the pain is, if you're in constant pain, like with mine, I was in constant pain. So they were like, well, see how far you can bend your knee, flexion, and I can never remember the other thing, what it's called. But anyway, um, extension, that's what it is, extension. Thank you. So I could never remember that. So, but I told them, I'm like, hey, I'm in pain all the time. So they's like, well, move it, until it hurts. Well, it's hurting right now. So no matter where I move it, it's gonna hurt. Don't be a superhero. Don't try to superhero. Don't try to, man it out, woman it out, or whatever the case may be. Be tough, be a soldier. Um, get out of that mind frame. If it hurts, stop. There's nothing they can do. With that, pain in any motion is an automatic 20%. That's just a freebie for you right there. Pain, you can do backflips and do whatever, and you can extend it all out and retract it as far as you want to. But if you're doing it in pain, that's an automatic 20. Just I found that out too. So with that, once you get your 100% PNT, man, you can it opens up so many doors for you. It opens up a lot of doors. You can student loans. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, had about $70,000 worth of student loans completely gone. Um, the taxes on my mortgage, I don't have to pay them anymore after this year. They'll be taken care of. I mean, that's wiped out. I don't have to pay any taxes on my property. Um, you get a military ID. You can go on base now. You can go to the PX. You can go to the MWR. You can go to the commissary. You can do all those things on base now. I have Champ VA for my family insurance now. I don't have to worry about paying for their insurance. It's all taken care of. You get free dental care at the with the VA now. Because it used to be you have to have something that was service connected, but now everything is free. If you have an appointment, they will pay you travel pay regardless. So like I said, it opens up a lot of things for you. The kids, my kids, I got two seniors this year, getting ready to go off to school. They will be getting a stipend. Um, for that, I don't know, 14, $1,500 a month, but that's a nice little chunk of change for them to, pay for whatever they need to pay for without having to worry about working while they're going to school. And also, um, here in the state of Alabama, if you go to a state sponsored school, they will pay your tuition and book. I think tuition is up to $250 per quarter. And I'm not sure about the books, but that's just some extra money coming in that will help you, with the kids because college is expensive. So, but anyway, that's pretty much all I had for right now. Just wanted to drop a couple of nuggets. If I said anything that you liked, please like the video, let it run. Helps the algorithm to get it out to more people, veterans like yourself, for this information. If you would like to subscribe, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. And you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday. I'm going to come back again and do some more on this. If there's anything, topics that you want me to expound on, if you want me to give you some points, tips on how to file yourself, the things you need to look into, where to find the forms and whatnot, just hit me up in the comments. I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. All right, you guys have a great and wonderful rest of your day. I love you, and we'll see you on the next one.